Hello. Today I wanted to talk about something I've been doing that has really helped me in my life along healing trauma aspect and the spiritual search aspect and just how to get through the night, how to sleep better, and that is the Crappy Childhood Fairy's daily practice free course. And the Crappy Childhood Fairy is a YouTuber, but she's somebody who's dealt with much more extreme trauma and neglect than I have, and she's come out the other side, or as best as humanly can. I'll tell you, I ran across her several years ago, and I don't know, this course really resonated with me. For one thing, I've heard a lot about journaling for healing trauma and for spirituality purposes, and the whole, well, the logistics of trying to, like, just the thought of having a journal sitting around that somebody could get a hold of and they could exploit really kind of freaked me out. Also, the logistics of what to write first, what to write second, how does it get organized, I just threw up my hands, and maybe that's all a real good, convenient excuse not to do the work to journal. But when I found the daily practice, you do write, and you write a lot. I basically write for 20 minutes. I basically take an 8.5, 11 piece of computer paper and I cut it in half, and then I write on both sides. And I do that for about 20 minutes. And I follow that format. I first started with my fears and resentments, and you write the resentments in the form of a fear. I resent so and so because I have fear that they so and so. And it's been very powerful in letting go of a lot of built up hostility. And I have all sorts of ideas on how this whole thing works. But suffice it to say, it does seem to work. Now, I don't have a built-in control group, so I can't split myself up into two and say, okay, one went to daily practice, the other didn't, and then we're going to compare notes. Well, I can't do that. That's not possible. But I could just tell you that being able to put down the deepest, darkest secrets on paper, and though I hadn't even mentioned, when you're done putting them down on paper, you shred the paper, you get rid of it. And that's when I put something really dark, something really I don't want anybody to know, I put it down there, and it's like I hear the Mission Impossible theme, dun 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 dun, until I can get that thing shredded and gone. And boy, what a relief it is. You finish it, you write out all these fears and resentments in that specific format, and then you ask for it to be removed, or you release it. I think it is preferable to ask for it to be removed. I ask God. I don't believe in a God. I don't believe in a theistic God. That's not the point. The asking for it to be removed takes it out of my ego. I'm asking something greater than myself, which is really what I'm asking is the universe, the cosmos, what is, or my expanded self, or whatever you want to say, consciousness. Not this ego, not this me, not this simulation within a simulation. And I ask for it to be removed. And then I meditate. And I meditate unlike in a way that nobody recommends. I lay down. I lay down on my bed, and it's really almost a psychedelic experience. When I first started this, of course, it was, when is this 20 minutes going to go? Because it's 20 minutes of writing, 20 minutes of, roughly, I do 20 minutes of writing and 20 minutes of meditation. And it used to be very tedious, but now I use for the last year or more, I've used this Calm app, and there's this city soundtrack of a walk through Central Park. It's 20 minutes long, and I just listen to that every single day after the meditation, after the writing, and it's so pleasant. I can't tell you when it's done. I'm like, is that it? I thought it would be longer. Of course, I could go longer, but I usually don't because I have a routine. Like the other day, now speaking of benefits, like the other day, I was something kind of awkward happened socially, and I was kind of second guessing myself how I dealt with it. It wasn't huge, it was totally tiny, but it's something I would have totally locked onto in the past. But instead I'm going, oh, okay, next day I'm going to throw that into the daily practice. I'm going to deal with it. And it's such an incredible comfort to know that I got an outlet and I don't have to trust anybody. I don't have to trust anybody else. I could trust the process. I could trust something bigger than myself, this process. And now the whole thing has evolved. I started out with fears and resentments. And resentments were often other people, but then a lot of time myself. Like anything where you feel shame, shame is usually a kind of self-resentment. You kind of resent yourself. And I haven't had much in the way of resentment for a long time. Like I think like this year I probably wrote down one resentment just to get rid of it, clear it, go. And it's mainly just fears, and I don't even use the term fears now because it makes sense for me, because along the path, I often followed the saying by Nisargadatta Maharaj, where he says, don't deny who you are. Don't deny where you are, I don't know exactly how he said it, but basically don't pretend to be something you're not. And so I always followed that adage throughout my search. And before it was fears, now I have concerns, because that's more real, it's more true. And I don't say I have concerns, I say there are concerns, or this has concerns. And what I'm referring to is this whole body-mind complex, whereas by me putting it into the impersonal, this has concerns, I'm taking my stand as isness, as consciousness, as awareness. And I'm not like aping that. It really makes sense. It's awkward to talk about it like that. Oh, this, and not, and I'm never, I don't want to be talking in third person because that just sounds conceited. So I talk more like this. This is just this natural intelligence that is in this body. And it still has concerns. There is still erroneous beliefs. And one of the things I throw into the daily practice a lot was my spirituality. I used to say, I have fear. This is before the collapse of dualism. I have fear that I have fear that enlightenment will never happen, that I'll die alone, poor. And I put that always in the daily practice. Now it's like there are concerns, or this has concerns, that the full and final understanding won't happen this very day. Or there is concern there will not be a radical positive shift in my life this morning. And I'm getting very ambitious. And when I don't get it, see, I'm not asking for it to happen. That's the beauty. I'm not asking for all these outrageous things. I'm saying, I have concerns that they're not going to happen. I'm concerned that this is not going to happen. I have concerns that I'm not going to get the full and final understanding this morning. I'm not asking for the full and final understanding this morning. I have concerns that it's not going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, I just keep at it. I just keep at it over and over and over again. And I can't tell you how big of a deal this is. And so I'm very grateful for Anna Runkle and whoever shared it with her. And it's been a game changer. Like I said, I can't be sure that it was, but I think it was very helpful. I have many things I've done in my life that have been helpful, and this was one of them. Okay, thanks for listening. The link for her YouTube channel and website is in the description. Oh, by the way, I signed up for her premium thing for 3 months, but I canceled it. It's too expensive for my blood. I don't begrudge her for charging money. She has expenses. She lives in Berkeley. What do you expect? She needs money to survive in this world. But the daily practice course is free. So check it out if you are so disposed. Okay, thanks.